He's left you alone in the cold. Where is he?
The Prime Minister missing in action, leaving his newly minted ministers to do the talking.
The Prime Minister is not here today to answer questions and address Canadians. My questions for each of you, what do you make of that?
We were just with him inside and had some great conversation as to the work that we have ahead of us.
Justin Trudeau is speaking to Liberals, but not to Canadians, leaving them in the dark about his future and his cabinet fielding questions only he can answer.
What assurances has the Prime Minister given you that he will stay on until the next election?
I think the Prime Minister was quite clear that he has a choice that he's reflecting on.
On Monday, Trudeau privately told his caucus he'd reflect after some of his own MPs told him to resign, upset about how he tried to replace Chrystia Freeland as finance minister, leading to her stunning resignation.
It was very disturbing to hear what happened on Monday.
Ever since Trudeau's only addressed 2 private Liberal events, Orban spotted leaving his office.
Why do you show confidence in the Prime Minister?
Prime Minister's the Prime Minister.
While ministers entered the front door at Rideau Hall, Trudeau showed up inside at his cabinet shuffle after using a different entrance away from the cameras. That same hour, the NDP's leader released a letter saying the Liberals don't deserve another chance. That's why the NDP will vote to bring this government down, but didn't say when.
The chaotic clown show.
The Conservatives now calling for Parliament to be recalled from holiday break.
We have a guy here who has lost control of everything, and yet he clings to power.
At the end of a long week, Trudeau finally made his first public statement.
Prime Minister, are you going to step down?
Since the crisis began.
We just had an excellent cabinet meeting that was almost entirely focused on the Canada-US dynamic.
The Prime Minister trying to make the government look like it's in control during a tumultuous time.
Are you done reflecting?
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Will you stay or will you go, sir?
Trudeau wouldn't answer any questions or address his future, leaving what everyone still wants to know hanging. Will he resign?
Yeah, that question is in the balance. So, Ashley, what happens now?
Well, sources say the Prime Minister is going to take the holiday to reflect, and that isn't sitting well with some of his MPs. More than 20 have now come out publicly urging him to step down. One today said that after the week that just unfolded, it was incumbent on Trudeau to acknowledge what happened and share the direction he's headed, but that didn't happen.
All right, Ashley Burke, thank you. CBC News chief political correspondent Rosemary Barton is here. Rosie, what do we know about the Prime Minister's current thinking on his future?
Ashley, he's still very much, we're told anyway, processing what's been the most difficult political crisis of his career. Again, we know he was blindsided, certainly, by Chrystia Freeland's resignation and the way this whole week has unfolded. And I would say that for the first time since this push against his leadership started, he is seriously reflecting on whether he should stay or go. That might be surprising for some people that he would even be contemplating staying, but he is legitimately still considering that option, given some of the challenges Canada is facing, particularly the Canada-US challenge.
Okay, yeah. And, beyond his own reflection, what else will be playing into his decision, you think?
Yeah, it's not just that mounting pressure from inside the Liberal caucus, Asha. There's also now these external factors he can't control. All opposition parties are now on the same page, saying an election is needed, which means that even if he were to decide to stay on, he'd be facing an election this spring at some point or another. And the other big factor in all of this is, of course, Donald Trump. We're now a month out from Trump taking office, potentially putting those 25% tariffs in place against Canada. And the weakness of Trudeau's leadership right in the face of that is a serious problem for the country. So unless there is a way to blunt those two external factors, it does seem very difficult right now to see a path forward for the Prime Minister.
So much to watch for. Rosie in Ottawa, thank you.
You bet.